And there you guys have it. It's game number 6, and we're jumping straight in with Booga, who's holding the throne right now at first place. But this, at the very tippity top, is a tight race for first. No one is safe. The entire top 10 can quite literally steal the entire show here. It's MonsterDFace and Aussieantics here on NAE's Day 2, and things are kicking off.
And right now, Stretch trying to find his way through. He's had Misty on lockdown here. We saw him going to easy elimination on Jamper before here a couple games ago. Right now, trying to get into this box. His player's got the edit now. Stretch just playing nice and slow, nice and controlled. Has all the pieces of this build. Just needs to take that roof, but doesn't get a chance. A 24 tag. Player comes out, misjudges the aggression. He's flying out of here, but Stretch, with insane accuracy, takes down Ral. And what I wanted to say here was Booga.
Hold up, Aussie. We got a little fight here. Passive, trying to get in on Clicks. Clicks is at 20 points right now. If he didn't qualify yesterday, this right here would be the end of Clicks, and he'd have to come back through series points or something of the sort. Because just like that, he would have been taken out. So Clicks ending his day at 20 points after game 6.
And he is currently still inside top 10 with that 38 points. Looking to maybe make a 39. His players below him has the high ground advantage. Let's see if he wants to aggressively push this. This is the kind of the difference when you see these players. He is in top 10. He's in the final game. Can he close it out? Or is he going to try and play passive here? And will the nerves get to him? As he now gets pinched, this player drops down, follows the exact same rotate the Trent man followed. Needs to try and box fight his way out with a great hack. And no! Ooh. As I say that, top 10 falls. He is going to qualify guaranteed. He's going to take home a little bit of cash, but I still don't think that'll hurt any less there, unfortunately. Is really capitalizing endgame. He has those extra 4 points from placement, but also I would say that Booger is getting his eliminations towards the end. So the difference is going to be here, if Booger goes down early, can Acorn play consistently to endgame as well, like Booger has been, or is Booger just going to keep pulling out those beautiful rotates and make it to endgame where he also gets those eliminations? I would not be surprised if we see Acorn draw back that lead a little bit with some more early eliminations, but Booger shows his endgame prowess as Daxor gets in. If Daxor goes down here, no, he doesn't. That's your third place as well, someone who is still nipping at the heels of Booger, and with a big game, Daxor could still pull this off here as well. The sneaky play, he drops down. Borks saw him though. Borks was aware. He knows that he's still here. He's not falling for it. Obviously, Stowe tried to convince him that he ran away, but Borks can now hear the footsteps. Stowe must know that he knows. We've got a little bit of a cat and mouse here. A much slower battle than we've seen recently, but Storm probably going to speed this one up. Storm is right on them now. There it is. Borks only has 16 seconds now to close out this fight. He needs to do something quickly. I don't know what the plan is here. He needs to pick up the pace. 10 seconds.
Time.
Where is he? He can't even find him. Borks with the misplay finds him now. 5 health, 4, 3, 2,
oh
and he gets it with 3 health left. Stowe goes down here. Stowe was in 7th place and he goes down with 2 seconds to spare. 2 seconds and Borks would have been out of this, but instead Stowe falls and now top 10 is going to have a bit of a shakeup.
Yeah, I mean, the story that you're talking about correlates directly to the mythic loot this time around, so Rickety Rig being free for him is just working out right now. Let's think about this, though. Day now has a big decision to make. He needs to find a shot, and yes, he's going to find it onto Ritual. So exposing himself is going to pay off there. You see the snipes just whizzing past now, and he's trying to go in for it. He's going to utilize the launch pad here to get a little bit of a scout on. Doesn't feel like it's worth anything with how many players are based up out there. Instead, he's going to sit down and relax here and camp on top of this free launch pad that he was granted.
No, it looks like he wants to make his way through. It's going to be a different situation for Booger here, right? Think back to the World Cup. I remember it so clearly, the camera shot on Booger when it shows him and he knows he's won. He's laughing. He's sitting pretty. He's sitting back comfortably. Now he's in the comfort of his own home. Picks up a limb on Nani. That's a big point. 1 point here for free like that is huge.
Across to this safety zone here. Coop inside the top 50 right now. He's safe, but he wants more. He's fighting for more. He's fighting for top 10. Breaks his way into the box with a free pickaxe and doesn't expect for 20 to just sit there and allow him to beam him down. That's going to be a free frag and such a massive come up on material, loot, resources, and everything of the sorts. Coop is back in this game. 28 points for him is very, very nice.
Stretch knows he does not have the loadout to get to endgame, and here it is. He is chasing this elim. He has done a couple of tags, enough for him to think, I need this refresh. This is it. This is the tournament for Stretch right here. He gets in and he closes it. It's Lee Will he takes down, and Stretch gets the very much needed refresh, but can he survive the lobby focus? They've seen this this fight break out. Stretch now needs to defend his loot. Noki coming up to try and take it from him.
But they've done enough to stay close to one another to remain relevant in the running. Ketsui here, though, on the other hand, is just trying to get his way to zone. He's just trying to stay alive right now to secure his top 50, to qualify himself. He's going to find Entropy there, and that's going to be a nice frag for him. Another point is going to fall to his favor.
They're all following each other. This is a marathon here, but right now, which one of them has the energy to sprint for the finish? Because one of them is going to have to really solidify this finish. As Aegis getting in the box, one of the players that needs to close this out. 42 points.
Oh my God!
Makes it 43. He manages to clutch up, but the lobby is not having any of it. He's getting focused. He's down to hard mats. He's putting the metal and the brick out. This is someone who is currently in that top 5 contention, and he is getting focused by the whole lobby. Has the floppers, has the meds. I think I can breathe. I think Aegis can breathe. That was a lot of composure there. Clarity getting in now as well. One of those players I said, trio mate of Booger in that top 10 too, but unfortunately the crash pad kind of making things a little bit awkward there. He knows the players above him. The flick, you just talked about the flick. He takes down Assault and he upgrades to 4 floppers now. That's a good spot to be in and a really, really beautiful shot there. I didn't even see what that player is. I know Clarity popularized for being on quite low sensitivity on the mouse and keyboard, and that usually rewards you with high aim, and that's what Clarity had there.
Not only that, though, he didn't have any medium to his name, so he needed the shotgun shot. He had nothing to follow up with. 3 ammunition inside the gun. That's going to be a beautiful refresher for him. On the other side, though, Box, like we said, this is his qualification fight right here. He already got the clutch up in the storm line before. He needs a little more, and yes, he's going to find it onto Mandatory here, and that might just be enough. That's 22 points now. Just enough. Can he get to top 50?
That's above the threshold from yesterday. So as long as he follows similar point for scoring to yesterday, everyone does the same kind of pacing. He is in, but you never know. He might need 1 or 2 more. He maybe just 1 more placement threshold, I think, will be enough. He's on the edge zone. He's in a good spot. I can't see him going down too quickly unless he misplays massively. Aegis did survive that very sketchy fight. He's down to 72 health and 100 shield, opting to save that floppy. He doesn't want the 28 health. I think he's, like you talked about earlier, Monster, he's confident he's going to get that siphon. He's going to get that elimination and hold on to that flopper. And we still have all our big names in here coming into the top 50. You could not ask for a better tournament. If you've just tuned in at home and you've missed the first 5 games of this, you have a storyline developing as good as any in competitive Fortnite history. Can Booger win his first major solos tournament since World Cup, or can Acorn, Daxter, Aegis Class, can someone one of them upset it, or Stretch even his ex-duo mate? This is going to be a ridiculous endgame for sure, no matter what happens.
Both regions have been popping off. We've seen such a phenomenal set of games here in the FNCS Opens. It's been incredible to watch unfold. But regardless of what, there's still a lot on the line and pressures are still high. You can just feel the density in the atmosphere here as Stretch is barely holding on with his shields there. About 40 HP on the shield mark for Stretch, who's just nearby. But okay, the zone's going to favor them. It's actually going to go in favor of Aegis here. So with his limited material, this is going to help him a lot. He's going to be able to save. Doesn't have any mobility either. He has to be careful. There's a player inside the cone. If he crosses over too soon or too recklessly, he will eat a big shot. Decisions now to make the rotate. If you don't follow
competitive Fortnite history, you don't know kind of exactly what's going down with Booger and Stretch. They were ex-duo mates, and there's a lot of talk among the community who carried who is better off without anyone. Booger, you made Stretch. There was a lot of there is a lot of pride on the line this game. Both these players have a lot to prove. Booger, since winning World Cup, hasn't performed as well in stack solos. Is this his day? Does Stretch overcome him after winning DreamHack? Does Stretch go from winning DreamHack and then also winning an FNCS Heat? And we have Aegis picking up the elimination onto Pose, looking good as well. Aegis can climb his way up into the top 5 and overtake Booger now as well. He's on 45 points as we see Plague on the front side. I'm looking for Booger. I'm looking for Stretch. I see Stretch on the back side. He's looking like he's making his rotate. I can't see Booger. Monster, can you see Booger anywhere on this field so far?
I didn't see him there, but I did see Acorn up towards the top, and Daxter still in the game. 9 players have to fall right now for the Storm Surge to stop. There are so many players in this endgame. It is ridiculous. There goes the bounce house to Daxter. It's going to throw him right into the zone, and he's going to keep going. Booger falls to Knifer. He's out of the running. Can Stretch make a climb to the top now? Will Daxter snatch first place? There's so many questions to be asked because Aegis is still in this game as well.
Never mind, Booger goes down here. Unfortunately, a very rough last game for him. He was in that mid-ground layer on low health, and he goes down. Daxor goes down as well now. Daxor is out of this one. He is out of the running. So we have Acorn, Class, Aegis, Stretch even trying to make that jump, trying to make that climb to the top. Booger has to sit on the sidelines and watch this unfold. He has to hope for his ex-teammates and a lot of his friends to go down here so he can hold on to his lead. I don't think he's going to be able to. There's so many big names here. Class on 46 points, like I just pointed out. He is in that top 4 as well. 4 floppers, 3 minis, but only 2 builds. We saw the clutch factor from Booger last game. Booger was able to pick up 2 eliminations in this scenario to close out and push forward. Class has to do the same. He's playing the flop as he's sitting back, trying to get these beams onto players. Also rotating, that's the finish. Can he get the materials off it though? The crash pad's there. Does he take crash pad or does he take materials? He goes for the materials. There's also chug splashes, even more white meds, but he leaves them behind. He's playing in from the backside. He is climbing 49 points. Booger had 50 going into this game.
Gosh.
If Class can make a jump up here, if he can jump into that top 5, especially with a couple of elims, he might overtake him.
So Class is still in this right now, 50 points. That means he is at the very tippity top of the food chain here. Now, it's a big one. Can he continue to follow up? Only 20 HP. He cannot flirt with the zone for too much longer. He has to make a decision. He has to rotate here. Left or right? He's going right this time. This is the commitment. He gets a shot, and no, it's not going to be enough. It's Stretch. Stretch meets him with the huge, and he needed that too. He only had 16 HP prior to finding Class.
Stretch is on 52 points here. Like I said, Booger went into this game on 50. He gained a few points, but Stretch looking, he's knocking on the door. He's proving himself. He is proving that he is going to win back-to-back DreamHack and FNCS. He is now pushing through on the low ground. Spray is coming out. He has got such a good loadout to do this, but he has no builds left. 3 eliminations. Can he clutch up? He's going to have to drop down and find someone in this layer. Where are they? He's thinking.
Oh my gosh!
He finds it. He gets the elimination onto Rokane. It's top 4 situation now. Stretch can run away with this one. Acorn is out of there. Stretch is trying to close this one out. K-Jaw up on the high ground with the Rockets. It's going to be Sid versus Stretch versus K-Jaw. We've seen Stretch win from the low ground. Can he do it again? He's going to have to. He dropped his shotgun. He only has 2 ARs.
Oh no!
He has to do this with AR.
He gets it.
He takes down Sid. Stretch cannot land the 1 shotgun shot that he needs. He's going to have to AR spray this out. 42 health. This player on the high ground has every advantage. 57 points. Is it enough? Is it enough? K-Jaw closes it out and has a clutch game 6. He dropped the shotgun monster.
And it is in fact Stretch who comes out on top, 57 points, 16 eliminations to his name. He overtakes Booga, but still Sundown. Booga held on. He held on to that second place.
They somehow just find themselves side by side on every single major leaderboard. It is insane to see that these guys will always stick together, solos, duos, trios, no matter how far they're split apart.